Hello and welcome to the review of chapter 1078 of One Piece. This chapter is titled Escape Limit. That name is probably referring to all of the innocent Egghead civilians who only have a limit of time before they have to escape the island. So this chapter, it cuts a lot. Cuts to the fights. It cuts to a narration, like establishing the seriousness of the Egghead incident. It also cuts to the reveal of who the traitor is. The traitor who's revealed hasn't been discussed much by the community, from what I know. I think it has come to a surprise to almost everyone who's theorizing about who the traitor might be. I didn't really see anyone guess correctly, but you'll see at the end of the video who the traitor is. To start, let's start with the cover page. So on the cover page, there's a Caesar Clown and Judge again, like last time. And last time we saw them meet, and they were kind of like thinking on the same page about Vegapunk. And now this time, they decided to settle their differences because they have no reason to be enemies. They worked in harmony back in their days in Mads, and the only reason they don't like each other is because of Vegapunk. So they form a new team called Neo Mads, and they're probably going to be relevant in the story going forward. Maybe not this arc, but they're definitely going to show up in some sort of final war. So the first scene of the chapter shows a conversation with Sentomaru and Stussy. So Stussy is like traveling through the lab with Jinbei, and she's talking to Sentomaru. She tells him the exact role of CP0 on the island. She tells them that like CP0 had to go there first, so that then Kizaru and his fleet could come and finish the job. CP0 were meant to go first and kill Vegapunk. Or maybe not kill him, but finish the job, like arrest him or something. And she says that the Egghead situation is different than Ohara, definitely, because Egghead has combat strength. They're able to fight back against, like, a buster call. They can't just do a buster call because that wouldn't work on Egghead, so they have to do more than that. So the people, they hear Stussy and Sentomaru's conversation, and I guess they didn't want to escape then, but when they heard that, they decided to finally start their escape attempts. So the first fight that we see is S-Snake versus Frankie and Pythagoras. Well, Frankie is technically out of the fight because he's half turned to stone, but and Usopp and Lilith, they're completely turned to stone, and Pythagoras is the last one who's like able to move around, but Pythagoras doesn't have any combat ability, so obviously he's not able to fight against S-Snake, so he like frantically questions her about who is ordering S-Snake around, and S-Snake doesn't reply, obviously, because she's a robot. So she stomps on Pythagoras, and it causes a huge explosion for some reason, but we'll just go with it. Next scene shows Robin, Chopper, and Atlas. They're just walking around the lab, and Atlas thinks she has the bright idea that the Stella body could be in the basement. the one place that they didn't look, which I don't know why she didn't decide to go to the basement earlier. So since they're on their way to the basement now, they'll be the first people to see the traitor besides Vegapunk himself. Robin definitely has combat ability that would be able to be better or rival the traitor. Next scene is S-Shark versus Sanji. So Nami and Brooke, who were fighting against S-Shark originally, are caring for Edison, who's like badly beaten up. Brooke's in his ghost form, by the way, which he could have used earlier to help in the battle against S-Shark. And so Sanji, he's fighting S-Shark, and he pretty much takes a direct hit to the face by S-Shark, and just it doesn't do anything to him. It doesn't even blow out his cigarette. And so it just shows that Sanji's on a whole nother level than S-Shark. Sanji's definitely going to win this fight, especially when he's pissed off about Nami being scared. Next scene, they go to S-Hawk and S-Bear versus Lucci, Kaku, Luffy, and Zoro. S-Hawk disappeared from the battle just as we cut into the scene. And so Zoro is about to go after him. And Luffy tells Kaku to go with Zoro, which is funny because even Luffy's smart enough to know now that Zoro is not okay to be alone, since he always gets lost and whatever. And Kaku is called Usopp by Luffy, so that's another joke that's made. I don't know what time this is, but he's referred to Kaku as Usopp multiple times. And then Luffy and Lucci continue to barrage S-Bear with like even stronger attacks after Zoro and Kaku leave. So Bonnie is the next scene. It's a quick little scene. It's just a few panels, and it shows Bonnie crying just to get a basis on everything, like where everyone's at the moment. So it shows Bonnie. And then now the narrator starts talking. This scene like shows the flashback and everything leading up to Egghead and the seriousness of Egghead incident itself. So it starts 3 months ago. Someone from Egghead calls Mary Jo, and the traitor tells them that Vegapunk is studying the Void Century. That's when the government sends CP5 to Egghead Island, and CP5 reports that everything's good on the island, but then after they leave the island, they disappear. That's when we know they send CP7 and CP8 after. They both disappear. So then the traitor of Egghead asks to contact the Gorosei directly. So the Gorosei, they meet with this traitor, and they make the decision after the meeting to send CP0 and the Marine Fleet after. The Marine Fleet, it shows the Marine Fleet with Kizaru, St. J. Garcia, and a few other vice admirals that we know, like Dao, who was introduced a few chapters ago. And it also shows that the Straw Hats' arrival to the island really kind of messed up the government's plan, because now the government is unsure if what they sent is even enough. Finally, we get to the reveal of the traitor in the basement. So the first like page of this scene, it doesn't actually show the traitor. It's a build up, and so it shows Shaka dead on the floor, and Vegapunk is like madly questioning the traitor. And then the last page of the chapter, it shows a double page spread of who the traitor is, and it's revealed to be York. The York is the Vegapunk body that represents desire and greed. For those who don't remember, she didn't have many scenes, and so her purpose was to eat everything for all the Vegapunk bodies, so that's why she wasn't shown much. So what she wants to do, and the reason for becoming a traitor, is that she wants to become a celestial dragon. She desires their power, as she is the Vegapunk that represents desire, and because the only way to become a celestial dragon would be to betray the rest of the Vegapunks and become the only Vegapunk. And so yeah, this reveal is kind of unexpected because she never seemed to be this scheming type. She just seemed to be like a lazy person, and she was never like teased to be evil or anything. Like even in the like limited amount of time that we get with her. But and again, she probably isn't physically powerful, which shouldn't matter in this time because her only enemy now is Vegapunk in the room that she's in, which he can't fight her. But when other people come to fight, she's gonna need more power to back her up, which will probably come from the Seraphim. Some other Seraphim might show up that could help her, like S Flamingo for Doflamingo, S Bat for Gecko Moria, and maybe S Crocodile for Crocodile. And there's some possibilities that could be revealed in the next couple chapters that'll help out in the battle. So yeah, that's the end of the chapter. That's it for chapter 1078 of One Piece. And like and subscribe if you made it this far. And I'll see you in the next video.